Our final round focuses on community projects. Our presenters are Candace Shibley and various members of the Utah WaterMAPS team, to include Joanna Antawada and Chris Gerard. The WaterMAPS team is going to kick off this round, providing insights into urban landscape water use patterns.
As the second driest ecoregion in the United States, and one of the most populated regions in the Intermountain West, Utah's most limited and valuable resource is water. Because water is limited and demand continues to grow, researchers at the Utah State University Center for Water Efficient Landscaping have endeavored to develop tools that give resource managers, planners, and citizens the ability to assess landscape water use and costs at the local level. Leading the development of the WaterMAPS utility is Dr. Joanna Antawada, professor in the Quinney College of Natural Resources, Department of Environment and Society in Logan, Utah.
WaterMAPS is a custom software application for use in managing urban water demand. It was developed by an interdisciplinary team of Utah State University researchers. This tool identifies urban properties with irrigated landscapes where people have the greatest capacity to conserve water. WaterMAPS finds capacity to conserve by producing site-specific landscape irrigation ratios that compare landscape water use to landscape water need. It then allows for visual display of these ratios on maps for an entire city or service area. WaterMap software is currently in its third generation. It was developed by a team at Utah State University with funding from the Center for Water Efficient Landscaping, the USU Extension Water Initiative, and various external project partners. We are currently working with Salt Lake City Department of Public Utilities, Eagle Mountain City, and a large corporate property owner. WaterMAPS integrates information on property boundaries, types of landscape plants, local weather, and utility meter data to calculate the ratio of the amount of water used to the amount of water needed on the landscape for each urban parcel. The data analysis conducted by the software produces landscape irrigation ratios. These ratios can be calculated for various time frequencies depending on the available detail in the various data sources.
One of the primary elements of the WaterMAPS analysis is land cover. Land cover is the observed physical cover on the surface of the earth. It can include biophysical features such as vegetation and water bodies, or man-made features such as buildings and urban infrastructure. For the WaterMAPS analysis, land cover is generated from publicly available aerial imagery. This aerial imagery is collected under the USDA's National Agriculture Imagery Program. This program, commonly referred to as NAIP, supports a collection of digital aerial imagery that can be used by government agencies and the public for a wide variety of projects. Since the primary emphasis of WaterMAPS is to generate information for parcels in urban environments, land cover classes are focused on urban land cover types. For example, a residential parcel may consist of turf or grass, trees and shrubs, and impervious surfaces. While the land cover types among residential parcels may be similar, the land cover classification accounts for different landscape compositions and variability. Once the land cover classification is completed, each of these land cover types are assigned a plant factor value. The plant factor value represents an estimate of how much water each land cover type should use. Turf and grass have higher values, whereas trees and shrubs have lower values. By integrating this land cover data with local weather data, an assessment of landscape water need can be calculated.
So we have land cover data, and we clip that to parcel boundaries so we know how much vegetation there is of each type in each parcel. Then we get weather data that corresponds with the billing period. We have the meter data from the Salt Lake City Public Utilities Department. And so then I can tell exactly what the weather was like during a billing period, and I can estimate based on that and the cover, the vegetation cover, how much water someone should have needed, and then I can use the billing data to see how much they did use, and then the LIR is just a ratio of those two numbers, the amount of water used to the amount of water you needed. And so if you're watering perfectly, then you have an LIR of 1. If you're underwatering, then it's less than 1. If you're overwatering, then it's greater than 1. If they know what their LIR is and they know that they're overwatering, then they can save money by watering less. So it can be based on their want to save money or their want to save the environment, or both.
Today we're illustrating some work that we are doing with Salt Lake City Department of Public Utilities. This utility is the largest retail provider in the state of Utah and one of the largest in the Intermountain West. The application of WaterMAPS analysis in the utility's service area is directly informing strategies that will be employed in their new water conservation plan.
Hello, I'm Stephanie Dewar, Water Conservation Manager for Salt Lake City Department of Public Utilities. Our collaboration with Utah State University and CWEL have provided important insights that help guide and craft our water conservation programming across our service area. WaterMAPS, in providing a detailed analysis of the characteristics of landscapes compared to actual water use and estimates of water use need, is providing information about the capacity to conserve within landscapes across our service area. In turn, this will inform us as to how much water we can save and how best to capture that savings, allowing us to develop and craft programs that are very specific and therefore efficient and meaningful.
Our final presenter is Candace Shibley, and she will be walking you through the Waterwise demonstration street that's being installed in Cedar City, Utah. Hi everyone, thank you so much for joining us today. I am Candace Shibley with Utah State University Extension. I am located in the southern part of the state, down in Iron County, and today I'm going to be sharing our demonstration street that we are getting started in Cedar City, Utah. Last year, Jake Pell and I received a Utah Water Initiative grant to install a Waterwise demonstration street within a new development in Cedar City, Utah. So this idea stemmed from our Waterwise demonstration garden. The garden is beautiful, but it takes a lot of resources to maintain it, and it's hard for a homeowner to mentally downsize a demonstration garden and imagine it in their own yard. So the thought was to create a demonstration street with each of these front yards on the street showcasing water smart principles and plant materials, and then creating outreach materials so homeowners can hopefully have everything that they need to recreate a similar space in their landscape. As an added bonus, we don't have to maintain the landscape, the homeowner does, but we are definitely here for support. And as an added bonus, we can turn the homeowners' frequently asked questions and any troubleshooting that they come across into outreach materials for other folks. Once we received funding, we partnered with the Iron County Home Builders Association, communicated our plan with them, and they matched us with a developer that was willing to work with us. Alex Meisner Construction has been amazing, and the best part is that they use the same landscape company for all of their homes. We have quite a few requirements, such as smart controllers, flow sensors, amending the soil, drip systems, digging plant holes 2 to 3 times wider than necessary, and many more. So working with one landscaper has really simplified things. Big Trees Nursery in Canaryville, Utah has been acquiring specific plants for us and providing them at a discount. And Donna Christensen with ERA Realty is helping us to recruit homeowners into the project. So this project is still fairly new. We are currently in the website development phase. We're working on some how-to videos to post to that website. We're trying to get the site plans up there and plant list ready to go. And we're still recruiting participants. We're also starting to monitor water use. We really want to compare the traditional landscapes to our Waterwise landscapes. And I'm really excited to see where this project goes. Thanks for watching. Okay, let's do our final round of questions. We'll start with questions for the round 3 presenters and then backtrack and answer any questions that we missed earlier on. Again, please use the Q&A box versus the chat box, and let's get started.